Southwest provides storage solutions that maximize space efficiency and enhance productivity in manufacturing environments, warehouses, as well as other work areas. Primary product offerings include high-density mobile systems, both shelving systems and pallet rack systems, as well as automated vertical storage and retrieval systems. Here's a great example of a recent installation we completed, a warehouse case study. You see here a plan view which shows you that a roughly 15,000 square foot facility was comprised of the left-hand side of the layout is the office space, and the right-hand side is the warehouse, roughly 8,600 square feet. You see in the darker color, the orange plan view, you are seeing 42 bays of pallet rack, and the light blue squares represent individual shelving units for small parts storage. To the far right were the loading docks for the shipping and receiving area. Kind of a standard layout you find often in industrial parks where they have 14, 15, 20,000 square foot spaces. And in this particular case, the client was really running out of office space and trying to figure out a way to increase their throughput and gain some additional office space without having to necessarily relocate. The first step in our solution was to take those pallet racks and to condense them into a high-density mobile pallet rack system, freed up a significant amount of square footage in the warehouse, over 2,000 square feet, the yellow being the prior footprint, the high-density system under the number 1 showing how that mobile pallet rack system condensed to save floor space. And that created a new staging area which the company hadn't had before. They were often challenged by the fact that pallets were being left in aisles, and as a result, obstacles were created that stopped productivity. This new staging area enabled the warehouse manager to stage the next day's work in lanes so that when the crews came in the morning, they were out the door much more quickly by way of having this new staging area. And during the day, the warehouse foreman would simply transition materials from the mobile pallet rack system and or from the shelving units into the specific staging lanes so that the work crews got out much more quickly by way of this additional staging area. We also then moved the shelving units that were in a conventional fixed layout into a high-density compact shelving system, and as you can see, reduced the footprint dramatically from 1,700 square feet down to only 594 square feet. The warehouse foreman was also looking at a workstation on the left-hand side of the building in the air-conditioned office. And of course, anytime someone came to the loading docks or there was other requirement out in the warehouse, that individual would have to walk from the office space all the way through the warehouse out to the rear loading docks to either greet a truck or to service a client. So as a result, we added a modular office space to the back corner. And that, being an air-conditioned space and a small space, was very cost-effective and enabled the warehouse manager to be closer to the action. The next step was to install a mezzanine above the actual floor system, and that gave bulk storage above the shelving system and the modular office that increased the amount of storage available in the warehouse and provided great storage space for bulky items and lighter items that were stored up above the shelving and modular office. And by doing all that consolidation, we freed up 25% of additional office space for the client. So the primary dividing wall between the office and the warehouse was pushed out, and the office was increased by 25% without even having to leave the building. So we increased the overall growth and/or capacity of the building by 28% when you add up the amount of incremental storage square footage we provided the business, plus the new office space. It was resulting in 28% growth. But the real payback was the productivity gains by way of things like the staging area and having the warehouse manager closer to the action at the back of the warehouse. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to share our story with you today. Our offices and our personnel stand ready to service your organization and provide you with valuable storage and work area productivity tools to help enhance your business and its efficiencies.